Welcome in Geminis to your April monthly read for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Geminis. So we're going to tap into the month of April and see if there's any guidance, wisdom, information that can help you on the path of your greatest joy, and just help you navigate yourself through April and anything that may pop up that you need some support, protection, guidance. So eclipse season kicked off March 25th, and we have the lunar eclipse, and then we will have the solar eclipse on April 8th. So that's coming up. So definitely these energies right now are intense. You may be feeling all the feels. Things may seem like they're going astray, but in actuality, things are shifting to align with a higher path for yourself, and to also clear out anything that is not working. That could be situations, people, that can be internal things like internal emotions that we've been holding on to for a long time. It could be past heartaches, trauma, suffering, things that we just have pushed down to the depths of our soul. And as usual, the eclipse is always asking us to really, it's pushing all that up. And there's a reason, like energy, the universal energy doesn't stop. Like energy consistently has to move and flow. It never stops moving. So emotion is energy. Thoughts are energy. So if we're holding on to emotions within us, they may seem like they don't exist. They may seem dormant for a while, but eventually they're going to start impacting us. And ultimately, if you don't address or integrate those energies, really face and feel the feels, the worst thing that could happen is they end up causing us physical issues. As the book says, the body keeps the score, and it's the score of our psychological health, our emotional health, and mental health. So I'm going to pull a couple Moonology cards, since we have the solar eclipse coming up, to kind of see how that energy is going to impact you, Gemini, and then pull a couple of the sacred forest oracle, and then we'll tap into the tarot cards. All right, Gemini, what do we got? Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. It's your card. Okay, communication is going to be a theme for you. Have faith in your dreams. That's the waxing crescent moon. Okay, and then I'm going to pull just a couple of the sacred forest oracles. Energy, fire spirit. And growth. And I was going to stop at 2 cards, but I saw this card underneath and it just keeps calling to me. And this is the Phoenix card, transmutation. So there's definitely something about, I feel like, if you've been dreaming of something or had some dreams, that they could be present, that you're working on these. They could be something that you thought couldn't happen and you've kind of let them go. But either way, there's something about communication around this dreams and needing to be open and communicate to others about that. And, this could be just like a dream about what you see your life looking like. This could be tied to a relationship, or just, again, an outcome of some sort. But I think there's something around really being open and vulnerable to communicate, like, what do you really want in your heart? And I feel like, people will be receptive to this. And then we have like the fire energy twice. So you have the fire spirit and you have the phoenix, which is very fiery energy here. So there's something definitely tied to like energy and transmutating, again, around, we talked about emotions, transmuting any sort of energetic, emotional body within you. Because I feel like it's definitely something that you've been holding in. And for those of you that this resonates with, I feel like sometimes it shows up as potentially comes out as like aggression or anger or just fiery energy. It could be a temper a little bit, but there's something where in April, it's going to really ask you to gain some wisdom and really go internally to assess and face some of these emotions and this energy. And kind of, again, like, you have to transmute this. And transmuting, another word would be like integrating. And that's the key here. I think a lot of people think they need to like release this, that they have to get rid of it, that they want it to go away. But energy, essentially, like when we think of the word tempering, you want to temper something because everything in this earth plane is positive and negative. So we can't just have the positives without the negatives. And if we're just trying to get rid of the negative, it actually creates this energy of resistance. And that's where when we try to deny or push down or we don't want to face something, I mean, really all we're doing is creating more resistance, creating more imbalance within us. And it's that push-pull energy. And the transmutation really happens when we actually we surrender, accept, allow ourselves to sit with those emotions and face them and take accountability. And also, how can I grow from this? And how can I improve myself? And how can I show up in a better way? And part of that is actually facing those parts of ourselves that are still stuck in the old story, are still stuck with that grief, or that. Another thing I'm getting is just, a big one is just not getting our needs met as children. And I don't think we realize how impactful that is for us. And you could say, well, I had a good childhood, they put a house over my head or they fed me. But, in reality, our true needs, yes, we need that physical, house and food. But in reality, the detriment to a human when we don't get the emotional needs met. So there's something around that definitely, that story's coming up. And I think there's something to really face that. And you might have to actually communicate that to somebody. Because being vulnerable, I think, is key too to this growth for you. All right. There was a lot there, so let's tap into the tarot cards and see what they have to say for April for Gemini. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely something of value or a lesson or some bit of wisdom here in kind of really understanding what you need to identify the Six of Pentacles, the imbalance. There's definitely an imbalance. And this is an imbalance between the give and take with others. So you could be a taker and you could think that you're a giver, but there's definitely an imbalance. It's almost like, well, I'll give if I get this back, and you only give when you get something from it. And that's definitely an imbalance. Eight of Swords. Definitely this is keeping you stuck in a place. I'm getting in your life like you're stuck in a place and you're not receptive to abundance. You're not receptive to communication or love. Like the Ring of Swords in the card is essentially like a wall separating you from all of the you know, any angle of things in life that you want to receive, and you really don't know how to get yourself out of this because it's your mindset. I'm getting it's the swords are your mindset and thoughts, and I feel like your mindset has really kept you stuck for a long time. Temperance, look at that. We talked about tempering, which is the Temperance card. And then too, in this card, you see she's tempering fire and water. And the Magician, which is you, Gemini, this is like manifesting, but I feel like your mindset has kept you blocked from really manifesting what you want. And the key here, King of Cups, is your emotional state. So the King of Cups, he represents emotions from a masculine standpoint. You know, he has a lot of deep feelings and he has a lot of love. He holds a lot of love within him. But they say sometimes that the King of Cups isn't great at expressing his emotions. And sometimes he has a hard time being vulnerable, because it's really that vulnerability that allows yourself to open your emotions and to tell people how you feel and to express your love to others. This could be that you really don't know how to express your love to others, because I feel like you, for one, weren't taught. But I also feel like as a child, you were very sensitive. I feel like you had a lot of emotions, but like it's almost like they ended up becoming, what do you call it? They ended up almost causing you more problems than good with your parents or guardians. Like they didn't want to hear how you felt. This could be like the old school traditional parents where it's like, shut up and do what I say. We don't want to hear what you think about it. And it's very sensitive children also, you know, it's giving them the environment where they can feel the feels, where they're heard and validated for who they truly are. But who they truly are was punished or disciplined or told that it was a problem. And in the end, you know, you ended up just shutting that off. And now as an adult, you have a hard time expressing that. And that's really, you know, tied with then a hardcore mindset. Again, this has created imbalances in your relationships, imbalances as well from receiving abundance. That could be, again, money flow. And from really manifesting the things that you truly, your dreams, manifesting your dreams here. Okay, so let's tap into, okay, so some of these cards, I just want to make sure. I didn't try to put reversals in here, but it looks like it was meant to be for some reason. So when you didn't try and the cards pull out a certain way, I guess you have to run with it. So the Six of Wands in reverse, I feel like this is like resisting victory. It's almost like you are your own worst enemy right here. Like you're battling yourself, which it's like, I don't think you're aware of this, but it's like you're your own worst enemy. And instead of like, you know, overcoming and being successful, I feel like you're not finding success as much as you'd like in all areas of your life because you have a lot of resistance to it. And this could be tied to, like, again, beliefs about abundance, about success, about victory. Like, it's almost like you see people who are successful and victorious as like a negative thing. Judgment. But the universe in April is like, is kind of flying in here with judgment. It's like this has to change. Like something has to almost finally kick you in the rear to like clear these ideas and these mindsets that keep you stuck, because you're meant to experience and have your dreams. You're meant to have abundance. You're meant to have a fulfilling, open, you know, emotionally vulnerable relationship that you're fulfilled and you're able to fulfill your partner. And it's like Judgment Day. So it's like there's a crossroads that you're going to face, and you have a choice to make. And you can either choose the old path, which is resistance, which is heels in the sand, you know, like, nope, I'm going to resist, I'm going to resist. Because again, it's like you're so stuck in the old ideas, the old mindset, the old way of doing things, that again, it's like you have a decision, and the universe is like, again, crossroads, like you have a choice. You can go left or right. And if you go left, it's almost like, let's say left is, I'm going to keep doing the thing I'm doing, but that path is just going to keep you in the same loop and pattern, and your results are going to be lackluster. You're not going to, you know, you're going to stay in a minimal when it comes to abundance. And, you know, maybe your relationships, there's always going to be the imbalance, and there's going to be the wall up. And again, you have an opportunity to go down the new path, which is, I'm going to not resist anymore. I'm going to really dive into the depths of my heart. Like, what is it that you really want? What is your dreams? And I feel like if you really dig down into your heart, like, this is you. You're the King of Cups. Like, what you really want in your heart has to do with emotional fulfillment and love. And I think you've, up until this point, kind of really thought, well, my dreams are more tied to, you know, doing it the traditional way, and potentially like working hard and making money, or there's something about tradition here, and there's a new way of doing it. And the Four of Pentacles. So this too, it's like clearing out. Judgment is also clearing out this, you're kind of, this insecurity around money. Like, if you see this card, she's like holding on to her Four of Pentacles. Like, you know what? I have Four of Pentacles, and that's all I'm going to have. And I'm going to be fearful of money, and there's not enough. So I am going to hold on to these Four of Pentacles with all my might. But also that's about too, this is like a fear-based energy of also, this is like a block. This is similar to this Eight of Swords, where like you see she has a wall around her energetically, but this card, she has a wall, the protection is in her heart. She's like blocking and protecting her heart because she doesn't feel secure. And that comes from past heartache and suffering and things like that. So again, the Judgment is blowing up the two things on either side, which is the resistance, the like battling the self, and then this Four of Pentacles about like, you know, everything's all about security. So your focus could really be all about money a lot and work, and like, I don't have enough. Four of Cups. And that's a little like a poor me card of like, there's always a focus here about like what I don't have. Like, she's like highly, you know, kind of sad and depressed because there's that one cup in this card that's like not filled. So that's like her main focus, instead of like, in the background of this card, it's like the universe has this overflowing cup that they're trying to offer her so that she has, you know, 3 or 4 cups. But instead, she's almost like not seeing it for what it is. Like, it's almost like something has been being offered to you, and you just keep like ignoring it or resisting it because you have to focus on what you don't have. And that's also tied to this Four of Pentacles. All right. We might be going long with this video, but I just want to get if there's anything I need to clarify here. I just want to get one for this energy card, the Fire Spirit. Sun. Yes. So this energy card is really talking about your happiness, your dreams, like what really lights you up, what fills you. And the energy card too is about almost like she is learning how to, again, work with energies to create what she wants, to manifest. She's like a master energy kind of, she's molding the energies to work in her favor. And really that's referring to like your happiness. And that's where the growth comes in also in this whole transmutation. And then the Five of Cups pulled out. So, or flew out, I should say, not pulled out. And I feel like the growth here is like really, the growth is like really in looking at this, the past, looking at loss, heartache, just like this heavy energy that it's like this depressive kind of like, you see how he's kind of hunched over and like, it's like, again, he's focused on the things he doesn't have, that he's lost, instead of looking around him to see what he has now. And also like looking at the potential of the now and focus on manifesting, but not manifesting of like this physical nature of, oh, I gotta like input all this energy to get a little bit out. Like the key to ease and flow and really being able to work with the energies of the universe is actually ease and flow. So when you're truly aligned with your higher self and the universe, all of a sudden things flow to you with ease. And it's not about like effort and input and I got to work hard. It's about balancing with your inner self and finding balance and harmony within. And then what happens is that mirrors back to you externally. And that's where you start to manifest and bring forth things into your life to help things. You bring forth people, situations, opportunities, money even, to help you, again, attain your dreams in an easier way. And that's where you utilize the creative energy that you are made of, and also the creative energy that's available to you, basically in the universe. So, wow, big stuff. This is pretty big for April. So I feel like April, this is the month of, like we talked about with the Judgment card, you are going to be met with like a choice, a crossroads, and you can choose, again, the old path or the new path. So let's head on over to the extended and continue this. You can follow me over there via the link below in the description. I want to dig more into this, what the real big lesson is for you that they're referring to, and looking how this unfolds for you. And maybe for you, Gemini, since we're at a crossroads, I'm going to pull a card for, let's say, if you take the route of continuing where you've been and what the outcome is there, and then what the outcome is if you choose the new path and if you choose change. And then we'll look at the signs. So we have Sagittarius, we have with the Phoenix, which can be, I kind of see this as transformation, so that's Scorpio. So we have Sag, Scorpio. We also have like the King of Cups, which I kind of say is water signs in general. So this is also Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So we'll pull cards for those signs. And then I'm going to get a timing card for when this Judgment card really comes into play. for you. We'll get a timing card. And then again, when we look at you overcoming this, like what's the timing on that? So, all right, Geminis, I'll see you over there. Otherwise, have a great month, and I'll see you in the next reading.